in the same day because, yes, it's tax season. He closed off your mailbox. We've never had something like this happen before. Hello. Say hello to the people. This is the dada. Okay. We are going to Publix, and this is my building. And it's an older building, so we have these tiny little, like, mailboxes, you know, from, like, ancient times, where the building looks like the Tower of Terror and, like, the Tower of Terror style little mailbox holes. So we are in tax season, sort of, right? It's sort of tax season. It's like the time period right now when everyone gets mailed their tax forms, and apparently the mail person is new on the job at our building because we've never had something like this happen before. The mail ever, and we've been in this building a very, very long time. So apparently the mail person who just started working, I guess, one of the routes at least of our building, he apparently is 2 weeks on the job. That's what he told my dad. So again, the reason I mentioned it's tax season is because of why this has affected us. It's not like it was like a Macy's advertisement in the mail. Basically, okay, I'll say what is our own owning up to, because that, you know, is part of it, but then there's also what this person did. So we didn't check the mail for like 3 days. Okay, so what? But basically, this new mail person went and did a visual of everyone's little tiny mailbox.
And there's 418
and it's over 400 units. And he said that if the mailbox had a lot of stuff in it, that he took all the stuff out, sent it back to sender, and taped up everyone's mailboxes, that the person no longer lives here. And apparently he did this to not only us, but to many people, according to him. So,
because the mailbox looked
cluttered. So, yes, we own up to that. We didn't check it for 3 days. Okay, you know, we're bad. We'll try to be better. But basically, if you are Bob, and Bob had 5 happy birthday cards in his mailbox, and then Bob had all his tax forms, because guess what? They all tend to come at the exact same time.
And 3 checks.
3 checks. And his mail hole is filled because, as is during this time of year, everything comes at the same time. And the mailman looks inside the hole and he's like, wow, you've got like 10 pieces of mail in there. You're obviously not here, because yes, we own up to the fact that we didn't check it for 3 days. But what he implied, this mailman, was that if he had basically just checked your mailbox one day and saw that there was like 10 things in there, he was going to do the same thing. That's what he implied. So basically, he took everything and he sent it back. I should probably take off my coat, considering we don't have air conditioning and it's 1 billion degrees again. So, you know, I'm pointing out, I'm owning up. Okay, so yes. Yes. So I'm owning up. Yes, we didn't check our mail for 3 days, and he said it was a little cluttered. But he also implied that he said when my dad saw him today, the mail person said, I did a visual of everyone's mailboxes, and not 100% I'm keeping track of if you haven't checked it in 3 days, but if your mail was cluttered, I closed off your mailbox. So if you're Bob and you've got a ton of things that were delivered the same day, birthday cards and everything came in the same day, because yes, it's tax season, he closed off your mailbox and said that you didn't live here.
And notified
all the senders
that you moved.
And so my dad saw him. Now, first of all, we wrote like all these emails, like on the thing that you could contact your USPS. Left a note in the mailbox. Yes, I'm sorry. Can you like not hold my mail hostage? So supposedly it's been reinstated, but this guy goes and sends, I'll show you the paper, like, and I'll insert it in this video. He goes and sends all of our mail back. And when you read the paper, it says that your mail that they removed from your mailbox was supposed to be held at the postal office for 10 business days or whatever, 10 days, whatever. And this guy immediately sent everything back. So I've been all day on the phone today calling up different, all my tax form places. I've got like a thing that I had to cash out from working for subbing. I had to call up Dade Schools. I had to, my other job and all this stuff. And it's like, and like I'm talking to these people on the phone, it's also affected my dad, because my dad has a few that he has to submit to the accountant. And we're like talking, each person has said the same thing. They were like, well, did you move? No, I did not move. Is the address or no? Apparently he sent it back to sender. So and then it's caused a little bit of a problem. It'll get fixed, but you know, I was supposed to have all these forms. Now I'm that person that always sends it in ahead of time, and some of these places are like, you can't request a new duplicate form for another month. Like one place is like, you can't do it for another week. Another one was like, you have to wait 2 weeks, and then another one is like the end of the month. So it's like, thanks, Mr. Mailman. Thank you.
And I told him what he did, and he acknowledged what he did. And I said, you've sent back all of our tax forms, and we have to now go through the problem of getting new
tracking
ones
them
issued.
down.
And he goes, I know. I understand.
And I think he did this to where we don't think like we were like personally targeted in this, because according to him, he's claiming he did it to a lot of people in the building.
He took photos of the mail,
which is weird, because he said he took photos of the mail and like
it's cluttered,
and that to prove that it was cluttered. It's like, you probably can't take photos of people's mail, like as a postal person, unless there's like a reason to do that. I don't think you can do that.
That would be a postal inspector.
Yeah, I don't think he's a postal inspector, but so I just wanted to share that as part of Nicole's authentic content. There's that, and then the part that we can own up to is that, you know, that's not the longest time period to wait 3 days to check your mail, but at the same time, it's probably a wake-up call like, hey, why didn't you check your mail? 2 reasons: being down in the dumps from everything I'm going through with the subbing and everything, and 2, my building is a hellhole. Okay, I go into the lobby, and 90% of the time there's a lady in my lobby that is under the influence of something, and it's sad that she's a professional, and she owns her unit at the building, so like, you know, she's not a renter and not planning on moving, so
we try to avoid all these people.
And it's very common to be in our lobby and have her spinning around, and then she kind of like comes up to you aggressively, and she's like, I want to talk to you.
So what happens is
we just avoid going in the lobby, because there's always an incident in the lobby.
We know we have mail, but we'll get it another day. That's
actually the main reason. One part is depression. The other reason is like, we don't want to encounter these people. There have been so many times that we're like unloading our groceries in the front of the building, and I have to get back into the car with my dad, leave the groceries in the front, because the drunken lady is in the lobby spinning around and coming up to you aggressively and going, I want to talk to you. No, I don't want to talk to you. You're holding a beer bottle and spinning around in the lobby. Okay? But she's cool. She's cool. She's a professional. She's cool. That's actually the reason we tend to avoid going into the lobby.
So we miss our mail.
Out of everything, that's 90% of the reason. The other person is like down the dumps. Don't want to encounter a problem. Always encounter a problem in the lobby. So we're in process of figuring that out. We'll get the forms. It's super early still, because it's not even February yet. It's a pain in the butt now, because, you know, it was all these tax forms. So I'll have to get it. You know,
and how do we know? Because we have the
postal service where it takes images of what's coming in the mail, and it's good we have that, because
now we know
what we're missing and what was coming. So I mean, we're able to. It actually photographed it being sent back.
No, it photographed it that it was being delivered, and then the postal worker took it upon himself to say no. That looks.
But you never got an actual photograph saying sent back.
No.
You just. That's what he relayed.
It showed that it's coming now.
Yeah.
Check it in your mailbox, and he said, I checked all that, it looks cluttered to me, and I'm sending it back.
Okay, so we are headed to the grocery store now, and forced myself out of the house, because you have to deal with your stuff. You know, you have to go grocery shopping, you have to do laundry, all these things. It's kind of a wake-up call, like, just handle your stuff, do your stuff, and whatever. But super annoyed, because I didn't want to have to deal with this now, but yeah. So yes, a different video to break the ice of all the other stuff I talk about on this channel. But yeah, welcome to Nicole's mailroom drama of the day video. Thank you so much for watching. I have Patreon, channel memberships. I will see you soon in my next video, and bye! And check your mail, because then you'll have this happen, apparently.